Morning all. We're back. Hope you're well. Does this look familiar to anyone? Yeah, me too. So for those of you that weren't around on Tuesday, it all went a little bit wrong. We had a crash to desktop. I think, was it somewhere over... I don't know how far we got now, thinking about it. But it wasn't good. It really wasn't good. I need to sort my top banner out in just a moment. I always forget this. Every single time I forget to do it. And now I need to refresh the silly thing. So, I was doing some testing yesterday. Hey, there it is. I was doing some testing yesterday. And, it happened. I've gone to Sim Update 3. So, we'll see if it crashes today. And interestingly, yesterday, or Tuesday rather, was the first time we've done a Sim Update 2 stream in quite a long time. So I don't know, maybe there's something to that. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I hope you're all well. Nice to see you all in the chat. There's far too many of you all to actually list too. We've got Mr. Roberticus, Greek, Philip, William, Insight, Ryan, Ross, Lewis, Mike, Flight Sim 1001, Digger's in, Jensen's in. I'm going to say the same people twice if I'm not careful. Daniel's in, Mads is in. I have the Ryzen 9 7900X with a RX 7900X TX. Damn, nice. So there we go. Hopefully we'll get there today. Hopefully we'll get there. So let's hop in and we'll see if we can get the show on the road. We're in the minibus today. That's the only change. I don't know why this morning. I just fancied the minibus. I was like, you know what? That'd be nice. So we're doing that. No smoking on. Turn on my headphones so I can hear myself. Lovely. I found SU3 broke the AnyBuilds A350. Really? So, spoiler, yesterday I was doing some A350 testing. I wanted to give it another go. I wanted to see if it's changed at all, you know, from launch time. Basically, to see if it can re-enter service, because those of you that have been paying attention will notice that we were really excited about the plane, and then we haven't really flown it very much. There we go, EDDB to LTAC. We are going to get there today. I've got a good feeling. I've got a great feeling. Today's the day. Day is the day. What FPS are we getting? FPS check. I was going to say it feels good. 60 plus. I was about to say it felt good. You sort of know when it feels good and you know when it doesn't. When it was that? Yeah, it was less than ideal, was it? It really was. I mean, really, I don't know whether I did the right thing cutting loose when I did, really. Like, I think I persevered with it for nearly an hour trying to restart the thing and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, it was not a good day. It was not a good day. Saw your 9800X 3D video, really enjoyed it. I have the same setup. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's do init request. Yeah, it's always a difficult one when you have trouble on stream. It's like, when do you throw in the towel? Because there's always other stuff I could be doing. It's always a constant tension of, if I stream, I can't do a video, and if I do a video, I can't stream. And if one or the other starts not going to plan, you always feel like, ah, shit, should I just, like, stop this and then do the other thing? Because then the other thing might, you know, do better. It's hard to know. It's always hard to know. What's my cost index? 20. I wrote it down earlier. Let's get that aircon on. 24 degrees near already. PC's barely been on 5 minutes. 350 we're cruising at. you also need to enjoy it too. Quite right. If you're not enjoying it. And I'm becoming mindful of that. I don't want to burn out. If you know what I mean. And I could see burning out being quite probable. If we're not careful. Doing this sort of thing. So we've got to keep making sure we enjoy it. Because if we're not enjoying it, it's going to be obvious to you that I'm not going to enjoy it. You know. And it all becomes a bit obvious. What happened yesterday? Why take two? It wasn't yesterday, it was Tuesday, but we had a crash to desktop like an hour and a half into the stream. Which sucked. $24. Yeah, the trouble is if I leave it, if I don't turn the aircon on, it will just climb and climb and climb and climb because I'm in a 2x2 meter box. Which is very small. With no windows. And my PC just keeps cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. That's the thing. Love your stream setup work with me in the background. Awesome. Happy to be a distraction. Right, what's the QNH? 1012. IR line in 5 minutes. What's going on outside? Who have we got? Hey, we've got a Ryanair spawned. Interestingly, I think the other day when we were doing this on Sim Update 2, I noticed, because we're at the same gate, I was like, that's weird. They've sorted out the landscaping, because look, it's all lumpy bumpy at the moment. And we noticed this when we flew into here, because when I came to park, my nose sort of went ba-doomp down, which was a bit weird. And then on Tuesday, I was like, oh, good, they've, you know, scenery's been fixed or whatever. So I'm thinking now this must be a Sim Update 3 bug with this scenery. Maybe they've added extra, like, terrain, whatever they call it. You know what I'm trying to say. My mic stuttering. Is my mic stuttering, everybody? Could be a YouTube thing, Colin. Sometimes backing out and coming back in fixes that. I do get that quite a lot sometimes. Some people will say, you know, the mic's doing this, the mic's doing that, and then some other people are like, no, it's fine, and then it's just YouTube. So if I were to go to GSX now and click board passengers now, they'll start boarding, right?
Passengers bus is coming.
God, this does feel lovely and smooth though. Frame check. Yeah, basically 60. That'll do, pig. Do I use Navigraph? Yes. What stage of the flight were we at when it crashed? We were... where were we? Were we over Poland? Or somewhere? I forget. Vinny, how you doing? It is VATSIM, albeit Unicom. I didn't crash, the sim crashed. Two very different things. Been flying the FS Labs Neo a lot, highly recommend it. Operating it is different enough to the Phoenix, it's just not another Airbus. Oh, okay. Not tried it. Just wondering why my Airbus panels weren't working. It's because the USB thing's fallen out. Standby. Pand, how are you? Finally back in the Phoenix. Awesome. We're in Flight Sim 24, Panda. That's confusing. Someone in Twitch called Pand and someone in YouTube Vertical called Panda. Right. Where was I? So Simbrief wants me on 2-4 left. on the RSAP 3 November. Coming into Ankara, we're going to do ILS 03 right, Victor, on the Yavru, is it? God, there's a load of SIDs coming into here, isn't there? Stars, even. Yavru 1 Romeo, there we go. Oh, it wants us on Yavri 1 Zulu. My bad. Not Romeo. And we'll transition via Vezin. If we get there. That's the other thing, if we get there. Happy days. Good. Right, let's just step through the plan real quick. So out of here, boff, 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 boff. Straight in. That'll do us nicely. Looking at our SID. Let's bring the charts up so you can have a look with us. We've got no restrictions on the SID. However, is there any initial climb altitude? Initial climb clearance 5,000. But then we're on Unicom, aren't we? So 350 it is. No messing. No messing. Gonna be ATC in Ankara. Oh, nice. I'll see you there. I'll try not to mess up. Ugh, right. Cool. So here's us over on the apron. And we will taxi down. In fact, let's get the moving map. There we go. So we're on 04 Alpha, or Alpha 04. We're going to push back on Foxtrot facing to the west. Then we'll come down on Victor Charlie. Then Victor 2 onto Alpha. Hold at Mike 8. That'll be the plan. That'll be the plan. How are we getting on with the loading? One good thing about the minibus is that it doesn't take so long to load because it's smaller. With Beta 3, do you guys install the stream stuff? I haven't, no. I just leave it as it is. I don't find it to be too much of an issue. There are 2 pandas in the chat, yeah. One in Twitch, one in YouTube Vertical. Right, cargo should be along any minute, right? Here it comes. Where are we flying to? Ankara, Turkey. This is all part of, if you're wondering like why are we flying to Ankara, not that there's any reason why you wouldn't. We go to My Airlines, go to Airnaut, go to the awards. Grumpy, aka Wasp, has set up a load of awards for the virtual airline. So that, let me make it the right size, you can all see them. Kind of gives you a reason to fly. So we're doing the Euro Capitals tour at the moment. And you can see so far we've done Heathrow, Eddie to Iceland, Iceland to Greenland, Iceland to the Faroe Islands, Faroe Islands to, I want to say Oslo, Oslo to Helsinki, Helsinki to Berlin, and now we've got quite a long drag over to Turkey. Then we've got a lot more shorter little hops, which I'm looking forward to. So we need to get this one out of the way, really. It is, in general, I would say a bit further than I would like for a single flight. I kind of like the ups and the downs a bit more, keeps you busy. So, yeah. Ryanair's off. We're in Berlin right now, yeah, in the sim. Have I experienced any performance issues with the Phoenix? No. No, it's been alright. Like right now. No frame gen. Everything's going alright. It's going alright. Cargo's nearly done, then we can get gone. Won't be long. Do I play X-Plane? No. Well, I have done like years ago X-Plane 10, but only like messing around. Not seriously. Not seriously. Is this cargo going to be able to load? It should be able to. Seems right as I logged off last stream, the game crashed. I'm a good charm. Yeah, you better stay then, Jeds. No leaving today. Gonna need you all the way there till wheels down at Turkey. I find it weird that in the Phoenix we always get these like crate things that get loaded on, because I don't think I've ever seen that happen at a real airport before. It's always like dudes lobbing suitcases on. What's the program that you used just now to check performance? That's built into the sim. FPS counter. You need to enable developer mode in the settings, then you can come up to the top bar and display FPS. Really handy if you're not sure what component's causing you a load of grief. Right, I just want to check my hardware settings. Good. Happy days. It's looking good. Morning, Tretch. We're doing alright. Well, we're doing alright for now. I'll let you know if the sim crashes and how we're doing later. Because if it crashes again, I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. How much is my setup? Too much, to be quite honest with you. It's turned into quite the ugly habit. Right, so for our takeoff, we've got 158 V1, V2, and a VR, sorry, and V2 of 163, transition 5000, and flex temp 73, flaps 1, up 0.1 on the trim. Let's send that to the McDo, as they call it. That triggers so many people when I say that. Don't call it a McDo. Shut up. Right. Zero fuel weight's good. That's all good. Taxi, reserve. That's all looking fine and dandy. And all of our data we just looked at from the calculator made it across too. Flight plans in. We're doing all right. ZKN 2014, thank you for the follow. Go cool, cheers. Oh lord, everyone's subbing now. Cheers for following, mate. Or subbing, or whatever you call it. You know what I mean. Silver now, thanks for following on Twitch. I'm just trying to look at the chart, see where I can find the any noise abatement stuff. I can't seem to see it. Because I'm being very daft, which I don't want to rule out. Can't see it. Never mind. Weird. Right. APU time. Fuel pumps on. Let's get out of here because it's almost time to go. Back go have a great airfield briefings. NADP might be in there. I don't know. Maybe. That sort of stuff would that normally be in charts though? Like usually? Can't see it. So we're just waiting for that bottom APU light to become available. Heading to the swimming pool. See you later. Have fun. Have you played off stream with any issues? Yeah, I was. Well, I wasn't playing yesterday, but I was doing some A350 video making, and it did it again yesterday, which was troublesome. Right, beacon on. I love the Phoenix, but I wish they would sort their tug system out. So it's like the fly-by-wire version. I mean, I tend to use GSX anyway, unless that's what you're referring to. Feeling a bit nippy with the aircon on now.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Retro, the best way I can describe the Phoenix is that it's like the PMDG version of the A320. With the A350, did I have any flashing screens in the cockpit? There was a time where it all went, like, weird. And in 2020, I tried to boot into 2020 and the plane just was invisible. Like, I don't know what's going on in 2020. Very weird. Very weird, that. Right, let's have a quick looky. Berlin traffic, Air Knot 28, Victor, stand Alpha 04, pushing back onto Foxtrot, facing west.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Someone's legs are in the ground. Brilliant. Delta depends on what res you want to play at. Like, I had to upgrade from a 16 gig card because 24 was not cutting it. 16 wasn't cutting it, I had to go 24 rather.
Please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A319.
Yeah, Tretch, it's the same yesterday after a little while. 1440p, and you're going to be sort of on the edge, really. I would wait, if I were you. What the heck is my wing doing?
Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card
Damn.
found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets,
Let's go flaps 1.
the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. Crew are now pointing out the exit
Hey, Eamon.
nearest to you.
Rommel, how are you?
Be aware that your nearest usable exit
Mr. Cub fan, good morning.
behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency,
Start engine 2.
it must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Please set parking brakes.
Air supply fails, masks will drop from above you.
Yeah, it's weird, Brian. It's fine in Sim Update 2,
Start the oxygen
but on Sim Update 3 Beta, it's all over the place.
to your nose.
But no, I haven't, to your point.
Breathe normally. Hold the mask in place. With the strap, pull on each side to
I'm on Sim Update 3 today, Tretch.
your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist.
Unlocking gear.
No.
Pull the strap to adjust.
Brilliant.
Not inflate the life jacket in.
Is this real? Insane realism.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay, let's go to brakes max.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Oh no, I didn't strap the passengers in. That's going to cost me. If you could pick one plane other than the Phoenix that you consider a must-buy, what would it be? PMDG. Probably a 737. It's not even close. That's like instantly. That's like a... Of course, it's that choice, you know? London traffic, Air 28 Victor, taxiing to runway 24 left via Foxtrot, Victor Charlie, and Alpha via Victor 2, holding my gate. Right, we ready? Turn that APU off. Let's see if we can go to Turkey. Again. Does make you wonder, Brian, doesn't it, when it's all gonna harm itself. I found out the issues with my throttles, by the way. I had a conflicting profile active in MSFS settings. It was conflicting with SPAD. So it's totally my fault. Yeah, it's loads better today. Does the TFDI MD-11 still suck? I didn't realise it sucked in the first place. Did it? I know people were struggling to land it. which I guess might account for why people thought it sucked, but... Philip, I swear you're some kind of like flight sim unicorn. You never have any problems. Oh hello, I've got a lump here. Let's just go around that. Oh lordy. My opinion on the Bravo Space 787-9? I haven't tried it. No, it must be your magic touch, Philip. That's what it is, isn't it? That's what it is. What's my rudder? I've got a set of thrust... not Thrustmaster, set of Logitechs. And they're okay for the money. They're alright. But... not gonna lie. I am keeping my eye on the market to see what does come out from other people. Obviously all that stuff at Flight Sim Expo. Do I think the 787 Dreamliner from Asobo is good? Because I'm considering buying it for my birthday. I personally wouldn't. Oh, hello. What is going on here? This could be interesting. Come on, up we go. Up we go. Brilliant. Maybe we should get some scenery for Berlin if we're going to keep coming back here. Might be an idea, mightn't it? Oh, I like the Tobii eye tracker. So nice now it's working in 24. I am on Sim Update 3 at the moment. Yes, I am indeed. Tyler, this is the A319, and we are in the... sorry, we're in Microsoft Flight Sim 24, for anyone wondering. That's him indeed. Yep. Philip, yeah, take your time with the 7.3 because I made the mistake of thinking that, you know, it can't be that different from an Airbus. Basically the same size aircraft, they look the same, they sound the same, they roughly probably therefore should be the same. It's like, nope. I like the 737. It keeps you a bit busier, whereas the A320 kind of feels like a flying laptop sometimes. Okay, first on the right. Hey, lo and behold, the idiots have turned up in YouTube Vertical. That didn't take long. Bless them, they just want attention. If you give them some, they might go away. Who knows, maybe one of them will ask Airbus or Boeing in a minute. Ask like one of those super insightful questions that we just couldn't get through the stream without. Alrighty, let's hold here. Right. Let's do predictive wind shear on. We'll put our TCAS on. We'll use our manners and check that nothing's coming in on final. It doesn't seem to be. Where are you going? We're all good. Got the place to ourselves. Oh, we've got some ATC in Poland. Happy days. Well, that's good. At least we'll have someone to talk to. Right, let's get our lights on then and get out there. Start the clock. Berlin traffic, Air Knot 28 Victor, lining up runway 24 left for an RSAP 3 November departure. Just thinking about it, all the train issues we've had on the taxiways, I hope that doesn't extend to the runway.
Don't know why people go out their way to bully and be mean on the stream. Anyways, how are you doing?
Aviation, I'm fine, thank you very much. And it's okay, they don't bother me. I understand. Thank you very much for the dono, by the way, though. I appreciate it. Right, lights are on. Everything's good. Flaps are set. Takeoff config normal. And Berlin traffic, Air Knot 28 Victor, taking off runway 24 left on the RSAP 3 November departure, Berlin. Okay, thrust set, SRS green, Manflex 73, auto thrust blue. Nice long runway here at Berlin, so it makes sense to make the most of it. You can see the plane is in no hurry to accelerate quickly. Okay, V1. Rotate. I've just had an awful realization. I think live weather might be off. Yes, it is. Idiot. There it is. That's better. Thought it looked a bit too sunny. I think it's because yesterday my sim crashed out. And therefore when it does that, when it comes back on, for whatever reason, live weather just doesn't come on as well. Really annoying. Cheers to the donor again, Aviation. Do I play on a PC? Yes, I do. Am I going to do a long haul anytime soon? I don't know. Probably not. Just time constraints, really. Like, I don't know when I would do it. And it depends. Like, even if I did a long haul, I sort of think that some people would be like, oh, that's not long haul. Like, to me, 6 hours is long haul. But it's kind of not at the same time, you know? Cheers, Vinny. Morning, Wolf. Are there any other games I play other than MSFS? I play a bit of Call of Duty in the evenings, a little bit. Not a ton, though. Not enough to be good. How you doing, Bionic? Sorry, I was being very inattentive then. Takeoff's always a busy time. Basically, I pick and choose the super easy questions to answer around takeoff. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay, flaps up. Just need to be mindful of this plane over here. I might extend our SID because they are... Okay. Looks like they're tracking away from where we're going in any case. So we'll hand fly this first little bit. No, they've disappeared now. What a view. It's 10,000. Lights off. Disarm the auto brake. Keep following those flight directors. And turn on the autopilot. Now I can pay you attention again. What's happening? Last time I was here was 3 months ago, Barnick, damn. You got 12600K, 32 gigs of DDR5, still using the 2060. 2060 still runs 2020. It's quite good, isn't it? Whereas I don't think you'd be able to do that on 24. Do I have issues with the new Sky Zero fuel weight being different from the Sim? Oh, from new Sky Zero fuel weight being different from Sim Brief. When you set the same passengers and cargo as stated in the flight plan, Tretch, the best thing to do is to generate your Sim Brief flight plan from within New Sky. Then it takes all the details from New Sky and you kind of can't get it wrong. There's the airport. Right, what else have I missed? You should do a one-off long-haul event like Cross the Pond. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Again, Cross the Pond's always on a Saturday and I usually have to work on a Saturday, so... that's another problem. Greetings from your destination. Greetings. Cheers, Harry. Good to have you. Yeah, Brian, I'm the same. I would quite happily fly to Dubai in bits, like fly from here to, fly from London to Germany to, I don't know, somewhere else to somewhere else, and then finally end up in Dubai. But to sit there for 6 hours, God, I don't fancy that, Just get very bored. So book a flight on New Sky, then manually enter the weight. No, don't do that. I don't know if I can show you now. Once you've booked your flight in New Sky, go back to the My Flights page, and there'll be like a little clipboard icon. Click that, and it will load a little SimBrief pop-up window, and it will generate you a SimBrief flight plan based on all the cargo, all the passenger numbers that New Sky's given you. Are you annoyed that your push-to-talk doesn't work on the stick? Or is that the next thing to fix? I actually prefer not to use it on the stick because the times I'm flying Boeing, obviously I then have to remap it to my yoke, and I just find it easier to have a button that's common to all aircraft type, which is the button that I've got here on the throttles. Therefore I don't have to think about it. It's like, it just is. Play American Truck Sim. Oh, I haven't played that in ages. Yeah, I mean, I've told this story before, but honestly, like, over lockdown during COVID, I kind of thought maybe I should give streaming a go. But I had no intention of doing flight sim streaming. Like, I just thought that's just not a thing. Like, who would do that? That's just like, if you're going to be a streamer, you become a Counter-Strike streamer, a Warzone streamer, an Apex Legends streamer, a PUBG streamer, all that sort of stuff. So I immediately thought, well, that's what I got to do. I thought that was going to be what I was going to do. How wrong I was. Not for the first time in my life either. Just let him out. How many RAM are you running on my PC? 64 gig. Cheers, Nick. Flying anywhere after Ankara? I don't know what time we're going to get into Ankara now. What time are we getting in? It's going to be 1 o'clock. I tell you what, I probably shouldn't. I'll have a couple of hours left of my day before I need to go and get the kids. If we land at 1, and by the time we taxi and blah, 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 and say our goodbyes, it's probably going to be near 1:30, so that leaves me an hour and 20 before I need to get out the door. I could really do with recording some voiceover for a video. So I should probably do that. Otherwise it ain't going to get done. Because I'm on my own with the kids all night tonight. Because my wife's gone away for work. So it's me and the kiddos. I'm in full control. But I'm going to be very glad of the inside PC tonight. Have I seen a noticeable difference from overclocking my CPU? I haven't overclocked my CPU, it's just out of the box. Does Air not track aircraft locations so that a specific aircraft can only be flown from its last destination airport? I'm with Easy at the moment, but I think a VA is pointless unless it monitors aircraft location. Harry, it does and it doesn't. So it will... There's two ways you can do flights with New Sky. You can do a free flight or you can do a scheduled flight. The scheduled flights track aircraft location. So as the airline owner, you know, it's I have to lease aircraft so that you guys have got something to fly. With a free flight, as long as I've leased at least one aircraft type, let's say, because I had somebody reach out and say, is there any chance I want to do a free flight but I can't use the MD-11, and that's because we haven't got any MD-11s leased, therefore they don't appear when you do free flights. So I leased one MD-11 so that, you know, a couple of people could do free flights in it. But with scheduled flights it does track the aircraft location. So if this was a scheduled flight, which it isn't, this A319 would be left in Ankara for someone else to take on. And it is nice. I do like that. I do really like that. Like we had it before. I think I flew an A321 on stream out to Ibiza. Ended the stream, said my goodbyes, and then I checked in, and someone was flying it back to Gatwick, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because like someone's being helpful, flying it back. That's kind of what you want, really. That's in my mind, that's what it's all about. It's the VA is kind of about making yourself useful in a way, rather than being like, I want to fly from here to here. And if you do want to do that, if you just want to please yourself, like that's what a free flight is for. But if you want to sort of look at what needs doing, look at the scheduled flights, because quite often you see people, they'll fly I think I put loads of 777s into Heathrow when it first launched, and we did some transatlantic routes, and pretty much everyone flew them out of Heathrow and just ditched them. In like, there's like one in Miami, one in Chicago, one in New York, one in LA, and now it's like, well, now we've got no 777s at Heathrow. So it's handy when people sort of do a bit of cleaning up, if you know what I mean. Is this the A380? No, this is A319. Ding, ding, ding. 125450. Oh, this takes so long to turn. 125450. What do I need to call these guys?
Wizard 201, Echo Coty, addition altitude 3,500 feet, clear turn P11, report final track.
Hotel descent 3,500 cleared RMP 11, vehicle is at 201 Echo.
Potrzeba idealny dzień dobry, November 9 UC7 Charlie, activity from Echo Papa Kilo Alpha, possibly could call it flight plan, passing 7,200 feet, passing level 72, that's on the 7,000.
November 903 Sierra Charlie, witam Warszawa Radar contact, and confirm requesting EFR now?
Once we are passing Navigraph, we will be getting Alpha, November 9 Charlie, we are currently VMT.
November Sierra Charlie, roger that, so up to flight level 09, correction, up to flight level 905, you're free for correct.
How's the volume, by the way? Is it alright?
And climb up to flight level 905, November 9 Charlie.
Not 3966, requesting push and start from Sentinel.
3966, pushback startup approved, QNH 1011.
Hey, Matthew.
Pushback and startup approved, QNH 1011, rot 3966.
Radar, good morning. Air Knot 28 Victor, climbing flight level 350, passing 280.
Rot 28 Victor, hello Warszawa Radar identified, Sesquawk 0115, continue climb flight level 350.
Set squawk 0115, continue climb 350, air not 28 Victor.
Papa Lima Foxtrot 2, Wiktor, jesteśmy na 80 stóp, proszę o możliwość punktu
There we go,
lotu do
as we were.
punktu Logda.
Volume's good, nice one,
Papa
cheers.
Lima Fox 2, Wiktor, wykonuj bezpośrednio.
Morning, Roy.
Logda.
Bezpośrednio punkt Logda, Papa Lima
Just need to keep my ears open a bit now for all of this ATC stuff going on.
Warszawa Radar, dzień dobry, ja Ryanair 5321 at Katowice, at number 13, request IFR clearance to Warszawa with information charge and bound.
Not 100% needs the wind wing radio panel.
Witam Warszawa Radar, Charlie correct, cleared Okęcie departure runway 26, Kuron 5 miles, climb 6000 feet, squawk 1000.
For 1000 climbing to 6000 feet and departure to 5 miles, Ryanair 5321.
Ryanair 5321, read back correct, break air not 28 Victor direct to KLL.
Say again, Ryanair 5321.
Ryanair 5321, read back correct, break air not 28 Victor direct KLL.
Direct Kello, air not 28 Victor.
Warsaw Radar, Ryanair 224, stand 7 at Lublin, requesting push and start.
Ryanair 224, stand by shortly due to traffic.
No problem, we'll hold. Ryanair 224.
That's a big old shortcut, look at that. So is Kello going to be the...
Papa Lima Foxtrot 2, Wiktor, korekcja, chcemy lecieć do punktu Ligda, nie Logda, przepraszam.
Czekaj.
Yeah, Kello. Look, that's basically the last waypoint in this controller's airspace, so he's basically gone, you know what, just get to the end and get out of here. Seems behaving alright, Roy.
Ligdy, dalsze intencje, prośba o wlot w przestrzeni klasy
Ooh, I've got a shudder.
D.
Yeah, it's been okay, Roy. The only trouble was I was doing some A350 testing yesterday for a video, and it happened again during that. I was reading around, like Googling the error code, and oh yeah, Brian, we'll take a couple of sausage rolls, please, mate, if you're off to Greg's.
5239 monitor 122 decimal 8, miłego lotu.
122 decimal 8, dzięki, miłego dnia, cześć, Wizard 5239.
Yeah, reading around, Roy, I think it's a Sim Update 2 thing. So I'm on Sim Update 3 today, and it's better. Wow. Might be.
Open at 3-1, set squawk, okay, we'll stand by with full squawk, clear to enter control airspace, continue climb flight level 320, and squawk for you 0116.
Hello from Ankara, Turkey. Good flight, thank you. How much did my setup cost? Oh, Dino, I don't like to think about it. It's hard as well because some of the stuff got sent by brands, so it's not like I paid for all of it. Obviously, I paid with my time to build the channel and make videos and blah 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 blah. But yeah, hard to say. What do I think about the idea of upgrading a 2060 for a 9060 XT16 gig? How much is a 9060 PC Turtle?
Poziom lotu 8.0 to jest przestrzeń kontrolowana.
Przyjąłem, Papa Lima Foxtrot 2, Wiktor. Następnym punktem, który chcemy obrać, jest to kurs z punktu Ligdy 330 stopni.
When's the next long haul? Probably never.
330 stopni. I tam jest przestrzeń kontrolowana D, więc jeżeli to nie problem, to po prostu sobie polecimy tam, zrobimy kółko w lewą stronę i wrócimy do Ligdy. Papa Lima Foxtrot.
Papa Lima Foxtrot 2, Wiktor, w takim razie po punkcie Ligdy...
Turbo Pizza Cat, epic name. Thank you for the follow on Twitch.
Po punkcie Ligdy, w kierunku 330, Papa Lima Foxtrot.
Stretch, thank you for subbing on Twitch.
Ryanair 5321, request push and start.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Ryanair 5321, pushback startup approved, QNH Katowice 1012.
QNH 1012 and push and start.
Now, what are the chances of this controller letting me go for a coffee?
November Sierra Charlie, direct Airport.
Albo dzięki.
Can't really see anyone that's likely to be in my way. Who's that? Carbon, thank you for following us on Twitch. Welcome to the party. Or welcome to the flying circus, more like. Everyone, Brian's just gone to Greg's if you want anything.
3966 ready for taxi.
Make sure you put your order in.
3966 taxi via Alpha line up runway 25 backtrack.
So we've still got quite a long way to go, haven't we?
Via Alpha, backtrack approach, runway 25, report fully ready, lost 39.
What's going on at Cologne? There's loads on it. Is there an event on? Look at that, it's fully staffed. What's going on here? Loads of people.
0201 Echo wind 060 degrees 7 knots runway 11 feet.
Is there some new scenery launching or something?
What's
What's going on back home? Gatwick's got ground on. Manny's got ground on. Eddie's got tower on. And of course Bergen's on. Beautiful, beautiful Bergen.
Ile paliwa Fox 2 Victor, panowie potwierdźcie jaki dystans na kursie 330?
Warszawa radar popalimy 2 Foxtrot. Właśnie chcemy w tym momencie zawrócić bezpośrednio do punktu.
€285 for a... It's not bad for a 16 gig card, is it?
No i bezpośrednio punkt Ligdy i zgłoś dalsze intencje.
Do punktu Ligdy po...
Roy, the thing is... So Roy's saying, I saw your video about the 9800 X3D informative video, so I was wondering if you ever thought about getting Process Lasso, where you can add the SIM to the X3D die. If I had a 9950 X3D, my answer would be, yes, I want to do that. But a 9800 X3D only has one die with the X3D stuff on it, therefore it just is on there by default, so there'd be no point running Process Lasso with the 9800 X3D. 9950 X3D, totally different conversation, because you've got one that has the cache and one that doesn't have the cache. And like you say, there is a penalty.
Pushing start approved, QNH 1011, Ryanair 224.
There's a penalty if you've got a task that's on, say, the X3D processor and or chiplet, sorry, and it spills over to the non-vcached chiplet, because you don't want your task having to travel across the interconnect, because obviously there's a performance penalty with that. So yeah, I can totally see the argument for using Process Lasso to keep it on the X3D chiplet where it's most effective. Then everything else, like your Chrome tabs, like your vPilot, like your Navigraph Charts, like your whatever else, your Discord, put that on the other chiplet. Hamburger says your side stick looks close to the real one. It's not far off, is it? I feel like I need to move it slightly though. Or move the camera. There we go, that's better. Yeah. So that's a donut for Jed's. I'm having a couple of sausage... Brian, I hope you still got the stream on your phone or something. Tell you what, Brian, get to the counter, put the stream on, and then just hand us over to the person working and we'll tell them what we want. Brian's off to Greg's. Now, how far did we get last time?
NTZ 4669, taxi running point runway 11 via Alpha Hotel.
Harry, I don't have the wind wing side stick. You're referring to the, is it the Ursa? Ursa Minor, I think? Never tried it.
Radar Papa Lima Foxtrot 2 Victor. Po punkcie Ligdy chcemy ponownie skręcić.
Railstorm, how are you? Haven't seen you in ages.
3-0.
Oh, you got the next level racing chair. I've seen those going around. They look cool. Can I use a 777 on my next video? Maybe. We should do some cargo ops out of East Mids.
This is Echo going around on the missed approach, climbing 3000.
Continuous published. Palima Fox 2 Victor, w lewo kurs 330 i panowie nie wolelibyście dostać holdingu nad Ligwy?
A lot of military stuff going around here, isn't there?
Jest to kosząca propozycja, ale niestety...
Oh, someone's in that starship thing.
chcemy to zrobić w ten
Whatever they call it.
Palimy 260.
Sure. Wizard 201.
What time is it for me? It is 10:37.
Turn right heading 2801, ready report, one correction report, ready for another approach.
Turn right to the vehicle is also zone echo.
Ryanair 5321, request taxi.
Ryanair 5321, taxi helicopter runway 26 via Echo and Tango.
Via Echo Tango, call this point, runway 26, Ryanair 5321.
And Ryanair 5321, if you're able
2:37
to right,
AM.
also approved.
2:37 AM. Where does that put you then? Is that west coast?
Warsaw radar, Ryanair 224, ready for taxi.
Ryanair 224, taxi via Alpha, hold short runway 25.
Fire Alpha, hold short 25, Ryanair 224.
Quick question about the Moser base. Same connector as the Thrustmaster base. Yeah, so Ryan,
Wind column runway 25, please for takeoff report, passing flight level 100.
obviously my FS project stick used to go on my Thrustmaster base, and now it's on the AB9, so yeah. And this one, this is Moses stick, obviously that, it's got the same connector, which is basically a PS2 connector. Which free aircraft would I say is the best? Probably the fly-by-wire stuff would be my take on that. Right, we've got 2 hours and 15 minutes and we'll be there. There's plenty of time for coffee, plenty of time for Wordle.
Paliwa Foxa, Wiktor, gdy gotowi,
AM, Ninja.
własną nawigację wykonuje bezpośrednio punktu Ligdy.
Z własną nawigacją bezpośrednio do punktu Ligdy po paliwa...
So I've got a choice. I can either maybe the Ryzen 9750X3D, which is the CPU I'm using.
We are ready for the Arnav by Ulrich again.
Roger.
9750?
Radar 224, line up and wait, runway 25, max track approach.
9 and wait in runway 25.
I mean the 7950. That's what you're talking about, boy.
Warsaw radar, dzień dobry, zakończa Wizard 354, stand minor 3, information.
Where are we flying to Turkey, Ankara.
Wizard 354, witam Warsaw radar, information Charlie correct, cleared Iraqian departure runway 29 Simba 8 Golf, climb 6000 feet, squawk 0117.
Iraqian 2 Herlakion, runway 29 Simba 8 Golf, initially 6000, squawk 0117.
So we've got Poland, then we've got Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, then we've got the sea. Did I see the new FC26 trailer? No, that's not really my cup of tea, that.
Paliwa Foxtrot 5, Victor, and after Ligdy, turn left heading 330.
That's crazy, Roy, isn't it? Yeah, I can see your point. If I was in your position, I would use Process Lassie for sure, for doing that.
After Ligdy...
100%.
Ej, przepraszam, miało być po polsku.
Nie ma problemu.
Just at 4669, identified 2700 feet, climb flight level 350.
Right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask him if I can make a coffee. Warsaw radar, Air Knot 28 Victor, requesting 5 minutes out of cockpit.
That is approach, report back.
Roger, we'll report back, Air Knot 28 Victor.
The travel 7210, monitor 122, that's flight enabled.
Right, coffee time, back in a mo. I shall return with a coffee. See you in a mo.
Just that 4669, there's direct Venice.
Direct Venice.
0 Wizard 201 Echo, turn right heading 340.
Turn right 340, Wizard 201 Echo.
Warszawa Radar Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor. Prosiłbym o troszeczkę zmianę naszego lotu. Po punkcie Ligdi chcielibyśmy wykonać parę kółek w kierunku 255 stopni po Ligdi w lewo.
Route 3966, passing 110.
3966 identified, climb flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, Route 3966.
Ryanair 5321, holding point to runway 2.
Ryanair 5321, wind Katowice 25 version, wind Katowice variable 3 knots, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Clear for day to summary 26, Ryanair 5321.
Wizard 201 Echo, direct over resume all navigation, clear to RMT11, report final check.
Roger, direct over RMT11, vehicle is 201 Echo.
Warszawa Radar Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor. Czy mamy zgodę na 255?
Z aktualnej pozycji czy po Ligdi?
Teraz w aktualnej i następna też po Ligdi.
Okej, w takim razie Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor w lewo, kurs 255 i zgłoście, gdy gotowi na Ligdi.
Zmienić kurs na 255 i następnie kierować się na Ligdi Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor. Dzięki.
I zgłosić, gdy gotowi na Ligdi.
Zgłosić, gdy gotowi na Ligdi Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor. Dziękuję.
Lot 3966, direct Whiskey Alpha 533, information Charlie.
Direct Whiskey Alpha 533, Route 3966, and information Charlie.
Ryanair 224, wind calm, runway 25, clear for takeoff, report passing flight level 100.
Clear for takeoff, will report passing flight level 100, Ryanair 224.
Warszawa Radar, hello again, allow 5120, stand 6 with information Charlie, ready to copy clearance to Tel Aviv.
5120, hello again, information Charlie correct, clear Tel Aviv, departure runway 1, correction, departure runway 25, recto 7 Juliet, climb 6000 feet, squawk 0120.
Clear to Tel Aviv at the recto 7 Juliet departure, runway 25, initial climb 6000 feet, squawk 0120 for allowed 5120.
5120, read back correct.
Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor.
I'm back.
Jesteśmy gotowi na skręt do Ligdi.
Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor, przyjąłem, wykonujcie w lewo bezpośrednio punkt Ligdi.
Bezpośrednio w punkt Ligdi. Papa Lima Foxtrot Wiktor, dzięki.
Ryanair 5321, identified 2600 feet, climb flight level 250.
Flight 250, Ryanair 521.
Radar, dzień dobry, with 44 Sierra Tango z Katowic, South 119 km on 012, Square
With 44 Sierra Tango, hello Warszawa Radar.
I need to let him know I'm back in the cockpit. Well, I can get a word in.
Fleet, departure runway 26, Babco 5 Mike, climb 6000 feet, squawk 1000, information Delta.
This is Fleet Babco 5 Mike, 6000, squawk 1000, with 44 Sierra Tango.
Brown sauce, Elliot.
Sierra Tango, read back correct.
Dear, oh dear.
Ryanair 5321, direct Whiskey Alpha 533, expect Alice Yankee 33.
Wizard 201 Echo, final check.
Wizard 201 Echo, wind 050 degrees right now, runway 11, clear to land.
Runway 11, clear to land, Wizard 201 Echo.
Just jet 4669, direct expedite, climb flight level 350.
Route 3966, ready to descend.
3966, descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Route 3966.
Ryanair 5321, direct Whiskey Alpha 533, expect LSM.
Matthews, how are you?
Runway 33.
First flight across the pond. I've still never done that.
Alpha 523 and expecting direct approach for a city.
Good morning, MSFS 1 November Bravo in Katowice, 1018, information data 101 requesting connect.
Busy little airspace, this.
Wizard 31 November Bravo, hello, Warsaw radar information Delta, cleared split, departure runway 26, Babco 5 Mike, climb 6000 feet, squawk 1000.
It's split about 5 Mike, of 26, check up 6000, 1000, that's 3 November Bravo.
031 November Bravo, read back correct.
Yeah, not to it, Victor, back in the cockpit.
Welcome back. Lewa Palima Foxtrot 2 Victor, w lewo kurs 255.
W lewo kurs
Ah, hello, that's him indeed, Douglas, yep.
Foxtrot 2 Victor.
That's him indeed.
0354 requesting push in Okęcie.
Oh, turtle, I bet.
354, pushback start
I bet that was insane.
QNH 1011.
How am I enjoying the 9800 X3D? Good. Let's see what we're getting.
Warszawa Radar, dzień dobry.
That's not too bad, is it?
November Bravo, information...
Sort of bouncing between main thread and GPU limited.
Officer 1 to November Bravo,
at 4K.
Warszawa Radar, Delta correct, clear.
That's so close to 60, isn't it? It's almost annoyingly close to 60. Almost like, God, could you not have just given me 10 FPS more?
Climb 6000, clock 1000, with 01 to November Bravo.
01 to November Bravo, read back correct.
But for the most part, we're staying above 30 when it comes to you know, landing, which is the main thing. Because the problem I was having is with the other one, it was like the 5800 X3D. Quite often, you would come into land and you would, you know, be in like 25 FPS, 22 FPS, and it's like, oh, not this again, you know. But that, with no frame gen, pretty good.
Wizard 31 November Bravo, pushback startup approved, QNH 1012.
Yeah, auto FPS is on. However, it's basically set the TLOD to 200. I mean, I suppose I could set it to 400.
No, Wizard 44 Sierra Tango. Pushback startup
See if it'll
approved,
do it.
QNH 1012.
Yeah, there you go, it's climbing now, look.
And Wizard 31 November Bravo, straight pushback, please.
Wizard is one, complicated 1-1.
Summation T-break, Wizard 31 November Bravo, straight pushback, please.
Cheers, Hack. There you go. TLOD is now 400, but our FPS has dropped. But then it's auto-targeting the FPS, so if I were to now say I would like 60, please and thank you.
Gender 5321, Roger, so
What's it going to give us?
level 220.
Yeah, it basically drops to like 75.
6, continue descent altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1011.
So 60 is unreasonable, because it just can't get there.
Descent 3000.
So if we tell it to auto-target,
and report established runway 33.3966.
Wizard 201, Echo, welcome to Gdańsk, taxi stand 24 via Alpha Mike.
24 via Alpha Mike, Wizard 201.
Center, good morning, Spigot 112 Charlie.
new Navigraph taxi routing option in the upcoming app would be a very welcome option. Yeah, it's unclear to me, Roy, how that's actually going to work on VATSIM.
Speedbird 112 Charlie,
Do you know what I mean?
Radar, cleared your destination, departure runway 29er, Golf C7 Golf, climb 6000 feet, squawk 0121, information.
No, Douglas, I didn't go to Providence. Would like to have done.
Information Delta, climb, squawk 0121.
Maybe next year. Where is it next year?
Runway 297 Golf,
Charts 112 Charlie, read back correct.
And there are 5120,
Check
transfix,
boxes.
ready for push and start.
Well, 5120, pushback start approved.
I was just agreeing with you, Turtle, that it would have been a massive upgrade.
Push and start approved, 1012, allow 5120.
Ryanair 224 at flight level 12,500, climbing for flight level 130. Ryanair 224.
Radar 224 identified, climb flight level 320.
Climbing flight level 320, Ryanair 224.
I sort of saw the demo, Roy, but then I was like, I still don't know how, like, at a busy airport, how it's gonna know. Minnesota, that's what it is. I was kind of a little bit gutted they're not going back to Vegas, because I didn't go to the Vegas one last time, but it could actually tempt me to go back to Vegas if they did. Or it could tempt me to go if it was in Vegas. I'd love to go back to Vegas.
Clearance approach of the runway 11 via Bravo departure, instruction 5,000 feet, squawk 0122 and information at 057.
057, Mike, read back correct.
Right, we're going to get chucked Unicorn.
Dot 280, Victor, Minter 122.9 by.
Oh, there you go. 122.8, Air not 28 Victor, fancy ATC. There you go. Literally just as I thought we were going to get chucked off, he says it. Yeah, FS weekend could be a good time. Might have to do that next year. That could be good. I feel like London needs one. If there's one like in London, I would go every year without fail. Hey, Macabell's got a 9070. Nice. What race are you going to play at, Macabell? Do I know Gary Oliver? Not off the top of my head. Macabell, I was asking what res are you going to play at? Simfest UK. No, don't know that one. The only ones that I sort of hear about through the grapevine are FS Weekend and Expo. Imagine if it was held in Scunthorpe. I'd be all over it. No lag. I can see or noticeable dip in quality over 100 frames. Yeah, about the same. My issue is my monitor. Yeah, I was going to say Macabell, on 1440p you'll probably be okay. Well, I'm keen to check it out, Roy. Keen to try it. Oh! Okay, yeah. I have heard of that now, Douglas. Sorry. That rings a bell. Now you say it. How's it going, Mustang? Yeah. Yep. That makes sense, Douglas. Oh. Now you said it. There's a US Air Force F-15 next to Oxford on Flight Radar 24. Are they doing training or something? Yeah, go to sleep, Turtle. Toodaloo. Right. 830 bloody miles to go. Oh my word. We're going to have to do Wordle in a minute. Cheers, though. Am I going to the Royal Air Tattoo? What's that all about? Oh, well, as you can probably tell by my lack of knowledge about it, no, I'm not going. I've got 737 cockpit in my garage. Nice, I'll be around in a minute, Douglas. Cheers, Tripstar. Just getting there. Remember when I was working in Southend? After we'd finished work, we'd go and get something to eat. And basically we'd eat in restaurants every night. And there was a hungry horse in Southend. And there was, I'm sure, every time we drove up to it, along the perimeter fence, there was a Vulcan parked up. I often wonder if it's still there. There's an RAF Hawk 12 over Birmingham. How do people like the 7.3? I absolutely despise it. Oh, Ryan, you'll get there. You'll learn to love it. I hated it when I first started it because I'd spent so long in Airbus. Like, you got to keep in mind, I was quite naive when I started this channel. Like, really quite naive. When I first started this channel, for the first few videos, I was in the default A320. Like, the first live stream I did was in the default A320 because I didn't feel confident to fly the fly-by-wire because I didn't know the systems well enough, and the default one seemed to be a bit more forgiving in that sense. Then I ventured into the fly-by-wire. You know. Cheers, Douglas. Next time I'm in Vegas. All right. Deal. So yeah, I spent a long time in the fly-by-wire, and then I got the 7.3 because I heard that PMDG, I kind of heard the buzz about that. I wasn't really sure what PMDG was all about, to be honest. Oh, Brian, did you get our orders? Somebody wanted a couple of donuts. I said about a couple of sausage rolls. In fact, we said, why don't you just hand your phone over with the stream on to whoever's on the counter, and we'll just put in our order, and then obviously, you know, you can pay for it. Oh, Greg's, eh? Is the Thrustmaster throttle quadrant also usable with Boeing? Yes. I use it all the time. It's great. I've got videos all about it on the channel, on YouTube, showing you how to calibrate it and stuff. Oh yeah, Jed's wanted the donuts, Brian. I think Brian's too busy eating his Gregs to worry about us. Julian, yes, I am. Call sign is X-Ray November Oscar 28 Victor. I should maybe include my call sign in the little top bit there. Maybe replace the V speed, because I'm never really sure anyone cares what my V speed is, to be honest. Tell me what Greg's is about. I'm American. Oh, Ryan. Ryan. Where do we start? Do you want to take this one, Brian, or should I? Thankfully, for my cholesterol and everything else, there isn't a Greg's within easy reach of me. In fact, there's nothing within easy reach of me. I live in the back end of nowhere, but Yeah, it's a rather splendid bakery. Sausage rolls, pasties, donuts, you know. It's like Tim Hortons. I don't know what Tim Hortons is. Robin, yes, we left Berlin just under an hour ago. Yeah, I feel like I get asked my call sign a lot. That being said, I could put my call sign up the top. No one will read it. Like, literally it says where we've come from, where we're going to, and people still ask me where are we going. So, I don't know. Like... How much did... Oh, sorry, I just missed that notification. How much was the setup? I don't know, probably... I must have spent about 1,000 on it, I reckon. Which I don't recommend you do either. It's definitely a problem. Any near London or Bristol? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to... Is there one at Bristol Airport? What airport are you flying into, Ryan? I mean, there's going to be loads of Greggs in Bristol, in the city itself. Like Cabot Circus, and there's bound to be, like... There can't not be a Greggs. No Greggs at Bristol Airport? No, there isn't, is there? I'm trying to think what there is at Bristol Airport. There's a WH Smith, isn't there? As you go in. There's a couple of little coffee stands, I think. Then you go upstairs through security. Then you got... Is it Frankie and Benny's upstairs and Burger King? Go and see Concorde at Bristol. Oh, Filton. You're going to Filton to see it? Or are you going to the Fleet Air Arm Museum? Because there's one there as well, Ryan. If you fancy a day out, go to the Fleet Air Arm Museum. That is banging. They've got one of the old prototype Concordes, I think. They did all the testing and it's still got all the test gear in it and all sorts. The Air Museum, most likely. Because they did a lot of the test flights out of Filton, didn't they, for Concorde? Which is just south of Bristol. But then Fleet is not Bristol. The Fleet Air Arm Museum, that is not Bristol. That's like the Concorde at Duxford, yeah. Sounds like you're not going to the Fleet Air Arm Museum, Ryan, but it's not a million miles away, if you don't mind tacking a bit onto your day, because there is also... I don't know if there is a Concorde at Filton. I don't know what there is at Filton, to be honest. I know that there's some links to Concorde at Filton, like, legacy-wise. Tell you what, let's Google it. Filton Concorde Museum. Aerospace Bristol, is that where you're going? Where imagination takes off. Yeah, okay, so there's a British Airways Concorde. Alright, this does actually look quite good. Although it seems to be heavily marketed for kids. What else have they got? Yeah, let's go to the in-flight entertainment. This is it. Is this where you're going, Ryan? What is there? Things to see and do. Concorde. To be honest, this does look quite similar to the Fleet Air Arm Museum in what they're offering. That looks alright there, doesn't it? So this is, yeah, BOAF. So this is an old British Airways one. Nice. The stunning centerpiece of your visit will be Concorde Alpha Foxtrot, the last of the iconic supersonic passenger jets to be built and the last to fly. Wow. God, it's mad, isn't it, that those don't exist anymore? Absolutely mad. Like, why don't they exist anymore? Just putting the map on. I remember hearing the boom of Concorde. I remember I was on the beach one time. As a kid. I remember just sort of heard the boom as it came over. And then you look up and then you see it. Very cool. Is Flight Sim 2024 worth it? Depends. I can't really see it. Oh, was that the Intrepid? The one at New York? I nearly went there. Concorde Flight Museum. Yeah, this is at Bristol. There's also another one at Fleet Air Arm Museum. They got one of the old prototypes there. Yeah, we nearly went to the Intrepid when we were in New York, but we just basically ran out of days. So we just came home. Pretty much. Let's do Wordle. Yeah, it is a bit bonkers, isn't it, that we've gone backwards on that front. Weary. Cracking. Boom is, well, yeah, I believe that when I see it, to be honest. Like, just like Tesla self-driving cars, right? Any day now. What flight sim streamers do I like to watch when I'm able? I like British Av Geek, I like EasyJet Sim Pilot, I like V1, I like 320 Sim Pilot whenever he can get a stream in. I like London Controller. I like Kenko. They all just strike me as... Yeah, they're all different. Like, we're all different. Of course we're all different. But they just strike me as they're real. They're not trying to be someone they're not. They just are what they are. And I really respect that. Because as a content creator, it is so easy to try and be someone you're not. But as for, like, video content, I mean, there's so much. There's so much. Into the Blue, like Elliot's saying. I do like a bit of Air Force Proud. I won't lie. A330 driver, I learn a lot from. What's his bloody word? Name of the plane? A319. Ooh, Panic. That's a good one. I bet it is that. No. Sorry, James. Right. Local's a good shout, actually, because the A could be at the end. No, it can't be, because it hasn't got a C. Total? Could be total, couldn't it? I've got a good feeling about total. Oh, really? Fine. What on earth could it be? Modal, that's a good one. I can't see a better one. Modal definitely looks like it should fit, doesn't it? Yes, well done. Good shout. Where are you going, Brian, on Monday? You going out of Manchester to... To where? You know what we need, don't you? Felipe, thank you. Where's Transport Tycoon gone? Have I not got OpenTTD installed? This is bang out of order. Oh, it's because I reset my PC, didn't I? Right, we need to install OpenTTD. Ah, I'm using the wrong keyboard. Here we go. World's greatest game. We need air, not multiplayer, onto OpenTTD. Oh man, that would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't even know if that's possible. No, I haven't, Tretch. Stockholm, Bodo, and then Venice. Where's that? Come on, OpenTTD. Where are you? Missing graphics. Yes, download the graphics. I don't want a survey. Get out. So now... Oh, get in. Look at that. This is how we fly to Turkey. Man. I feel like I'm living the dream. I feel like we need to build a massive map for ourselves. Done scenario editor. How do you make it big? So you have to go to map of world. No. I feel like I've forgotten how to do all of this. Land generation. Create new scenario. Here we go. Let's make it bigger. We'll go for a 1020, or let's go 2048. Let's go crazy. Height of flat land, 1. Random land. Generate. Flipping heck, it's quite big. It's a lot of hills. We're never going to fill that up, are we? Never, ever, ever are we going to fill that up. We need to go smaller. Otherwise it's going to be like my dad's train set, too big that it just never gets finished. Random land. Rivers. Terrain type flat. Smoothness smooth. Very flat. Should we go for very flat? Northern Norway. Damn, that sounds awesome, bro. Yeah, let's go. Right, we need some towns. Town size, city. Go for the better roads. Many random towns. That should do it, shouldn't it? That's enough towns. Industry. Create random industries. Are you sure you want to create many random industries? Yes. That should do us as well. And that is our scenario. What should we call it? Call it land not. So now we can back out of here. If we click play scenario. And, oh no, what did I just do? Oh, shoot. Oh no. What in the world has just happened? This ain't good. I appear to have lost the directory. Right, let's back out. Play scenario. Oh, it's in documents, that's why. Load. Yes! Epic. It's my flight simulator friend's wedding. Oh, you're gonna have a great time, Brian. Baffin, or F4 fun. Thank you. Thank you indeed. Here we go. We've got a little world and everything. Where's there a big city? Here looks pretty cool. This is going to be our base, I reckon. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that and that. And very quickly get that in there. Now we're sorted out. Am I wanting to land with ground online? I will take anything I can get, but I don't want to put anyone under any pressure to do anything just for me. If that makes sense. Don't think that's very fair. Wallop. I mean, I'm going to be a minute yet, Ollie. So much so we're playing Transport Tycoon during the cruise. But then you should all be playing Transport Tycoon in your free time. Best game that ever was. Where am I headed? It's basically straight up the map, right? God, it's going to be a while. There is a very real risk I could run out of money doing this. Who knows? Right, now let's stitch it up. What a fantastic game. If Gamer Clark joins the stream, he's going to be absolutely delighted that we're playing this. What game is that? Not the flight sim. This is Open Transport Tycoon. So it's basically an open source version of Transport Tycoon that was out when I was a kid. Amazing game. Absolutely amazing game. Thoroughly recommended. Okay, let's tell our train to go here. And here. And let's watch it make some money. Transport Fever 2 has extracted a lot of my life already, though. Yeah, that's true. I've never tried it, and I daren't. Train 1 is lost? What are you talking about? Train 1 is lost. Goodness sake. How can you be lost? Just turn around. You know where you're going. Should have just gone this way. How is it possible to get lost going from there to there? Craziness. Alright, equal time point coming up in 40 miles. That means we're basically halfway there, thank goodness. Because, see, you say to me do a long haul, but I'm feeling like this is dragging already. Like, we're not even halfway there, and I'm like, God, bloody hell, this is taking a while. Do you know what I mean? Do a long haul. No. You do a long haul. Exactly, this is not a long haul, but it's bad enough, Bobby. If I feel the need to bust out Transport Tycoon, you know it's been long enough. I don't even know where we are. Let's have a look, see where we are. Come on, close. Here's us, making our way over Romania. Then we've got a bit of Bulgaria, bit of sea, then we'll be there. And we're heading to Eltac. We do have scenery for Eltac. 03 right will be our runway. I do them every week, but it doesn't make for good content. I mean, I suppose it could make for good content if I made a video out of it. Like, I could do... Oh, no. What's going on? Oh no, we've just paused. I accidentally paused. I thought it was frozen then. Woo! Flippin' heck. That was a worry. It must be when I pressed P on the wrong keyboard. Why is timer frozen? Probably because I just paused the game. Oh, here it comes. Obviously it's running empty at the moment. Sim Update 2 froze on me the other day. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. I'm fairly certain that was Sim Update 2 that did that. What is VATSIM? It's real world ATC. So real humans doing it for you. Good stuff. Recommend it. Cheers, Gak. Cheers to follow, man. We've got a big old straight line ahead of us. How you doing, Gak? I'm doing well. So I need to finish putting together a video today about the Inibuilds A350. I've been revisiting it. I spent a lot of time with it yesterday, to the point where I thought, I'm spending too much time doing this. This isn't good. I'm wasting my day. So we'll see how the video edit comes together. But basically the question I want to answer is, can it come out of the hangar? Can we start using it again? Do you know how I get custom liveries? I tried but it doesn't work. What plane? Check LTAC on the radar. Go on in. Do a refresh. Hey! Look who's on. You're going to have a long wait for us though, Ollie. We'll be taking our sweet time getting to you, because we're all the way over Romania. Is that me? Yeah, there's me. A321 LXR from the sim. The default planes, I don't... What's the deal with default planes and liveries at the minute? Is it MS store only? Because I thought the planes were encrypted such that you couldn't... the community couldn't sort of break them apart to therefore get the paint kit out of it. How you doing, Thomas? I've signed up and completed the new member orientation test, but still plucking up the courage to do the first flight. Do an observer flight, Tretch, if you're worried. Pick someone to follow them, and then pretend you're them. Listen for the call-outs. Have you heard of NIMBY Rails? No, I have not. What is it? So do any of you guys fly the A350 often? Because I feel like I just can't really get along with it. Like I'm really at a loss as to what to do. At a total loss. I've had a little sit on the ground at Gatwick listening to ATC. Yeah, so pick someone to follow, Tretch. Just like park up next to somebody, see where they're going, quickly make their flight plan in SimBrief. You'll probably get exactly the same one. And then just follow them. It's a sim that lets you define an entire rail network on a real-world map. Yikes. You come out of here and get lost again. You're going to do it again, aren't you? Why are you doing that? Turn around. Oh no, you didn't come out there, so you're going to go back in there, aren't you? What's the game on top? This is Open Transport Tycoon. Passing the time in cruise with a bit of awesomeness, that's all. What flight stick? I've got a Moser AB9 with an FS Project side stick on top. Because when you get into the high-end joysticks, when you buy one, you don't actually get a stick with it most of the time. You have to buy a stick as well. It's like, oh no. Right, we're loaded up. How much is at the other end? What a great game. I've got the Thrustmaster Airbus A320 stick. Yeah, that's what I started with. I used to, but the physics were horrendous, bad as the Dreamliner. I've been finding... So, my biggest issue with the A350 when it came out was... I wasn't really impacted by the crashing that people were reporting, like all the WASM crashes and all of that. I managed to escape all of that, but only probably because I didn't fly it that much. The biggest issue I had was hand flying it. I felt like it just didn't hand fly at all. I feel like there's this lag between me putting in an input and it responding to it, and I can't get over that in my head. I'm really struggling with that. I'm really, really struggling with that. To the point where I'm just not enjoying my time in it. So yeah, while I've got lucky with also having no crashes, to hand fly it, it just felt off to me. Listening to Into the Blue with his review. Keep in mind, he's got real-world A350 experience. He also noted the same issue. And then also said it is not like the real-world jet. And then you've got any builds on their live stream being like, we think this is like the real-world jet. And basically doubled down on their position. Almost to the point where they said, you're flying it wrong. So, I don't know. So I did a little test yesterday. I mean, you'll see it when the video comes out. I was trying to land it into Heathrow, the A350, and I was kind of like wanting to try it because I haven't flown it in months because I basically just got fed up with it, and I was like, screw it, I've got better things to do. I've got a Phoenix here that is incredible. I'll just fly that. So, I thought it's been a few months. Maybe they've changed it. You know, the physics might have changed a bit. Trying to land it into Heathrow and just did, I don't know. I mean, I landed it to a point, but I did struggle to bring it down. It's just like there was just that sort of half a second delay almost between you doing something and then it reacting, and then you start thinking, is it in my head? Am I imagining it? Is it a me thing? Do I need to get good? Is it even there? Is it just all become this thing in my mind? So I switched out of the A350, went into the Phoenix, and I was immediately like, oh my god, this is so much better. It just felt like the plane was like an extension of me. Like I didn't have to think about joystick inputs because it was just like the plane was connected to my arm and it was doing what my arm told it. Whereas the 350, there's just this weird disconnect. And then going back into the 350 after the Phoenix, it was like all the more like, ugh, like what's going on here? This really weird feeling. So, I don't know. Don't know what to do. And I think that's basically going to be where my video concludes, is that I don't know what to do with it. Like, do I persevere and just try and get used to that weird feeling and try and get good at that weird feeling that it gives me to overcome it? Or do I dig my heels in and be like, actually, no, I shouldn't have to get used to something that is allegedly unrealistic? So I don't know. What's with the live XP lark? It's a YouTube thing they've added, so it basically gives, I think, the top 3 chatters badges. It's to encourage engagement, really. Phoenix should make all the buses. Couldn't agree more, P2. Couldn't agree more. I mean, if Phoenix also had an A350 out on the market, which one would you all buy? Like, honestly. And I don't think it's a price thing, because Innie are charging, like, PMDG money. I'm just not convinced they've sold us a PMDG product. Quality product, if you know what I mean. I think that's kind of where I come down on it. It was their intent, Elliot. I think basically as a result of Innie announcing they were going to do it, they bailed. and are now sort of on their own path doing other things. I mean, I think really what Phoenix should do next, if I was Phoenix, if I was in their shoes, I would get the BFU out, I would get the Neos out, get that whole family kind of done, and then I would probably start looking at a Phoenix A330, and then I would go from A330 to A340. And I mean, that's years worth of work there anyway. You know what I mean? That'll keep them busy probably for the next half a decade. Because they're going to take their time. They're going to do it properly. It's going to be amazing if it's anything like the 320s that we've had so far. We'll all probably moan and say, oh, it's taking too long. But then when it comes out, we'll be so pleased with it. Which is how software should work, in my mind. Rather than rush it out and then it's like, oh, it's crap. And then we're all like, oh, it's rubbish. Yeah, Coda, you just got to be patient, mate. Let them cook. Yeah, I noticed that, Elliot, when I saw some details come through on their invoice. Oh no, the train's lost again. Let's turn you around. I'm going to bin this station. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, maybe they could be a bit more transparent with the community. I mean, if they were just to put out a thing being like, look, guys, it's taken us a while. We are working on it. We haven't forgotten you. We just want to make it awesome for you. Bear with us. Let us cook. I bet everyone would be like, yeah, cool. But because they haven't, I think people can get a bit twitchy. Would you say the Phoenix and Fly-by-Wire 320 have a similar effect on performance? Oh, I haven't done the Fly-by-Wire. We should fly the Fly-by-Wire next time. Because I haven't flown that plane in forever. Like, forever and ever. And I feel bad, because I remember when I bought the Phoenix, I was like, don't worry guys, we're not going to forget about the Fly-by-Wire. Because the Fly-by-Wire pretty much started this channel. Like, we owe it a great debt, almost. Sorry, Sangal, I missed your comment in the vertical one. You're welcome, man. Have I got any updated NVIDIA filters for 24? No. Phoenix is quite a bit more heavy on performance. Says Elliot. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Hey Malaysian, how are you? How are we getting on with this train? How much money do you think the train's going to make? Fly-by-wire A380 could also use some work. Much, much better than the 350. I sort of went down the rabbit hole of like reshade and NVIDIA filters, and in the end I was kind of like, I don't really mind how it works, how it looks at the moment. If you know what I mean. Why is there 2 games? Because we're awesome. Yeah, we're just in cruise at the minute, so we're playing a bit of Transport Tycoon with our in-flight entertainment system. I should really get the Switch 2 dock out here and put that into my capture card. We can have some Mario Kart while we while we cruise. Have Phoenix announced Leaps and Pratt and Whitneys with their Neos? I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. How far are we till top of descent anyway? Because I don't want to be thinking that we're ages away and then actually it creeps up, you know? 353, okay, it's still quite a while. It's not even on the ND yet. Can't beat a bit of Transport Tycoon. Well, how much are we going to make? Come on, I reckon 50 grand, easy. All day long, we can do 50 grand. Oh, really? 48? Ugh. You should sign up to be an ATC. Control London while at cruise. Good lord. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? That would be horrific. I feel like I struggle just to fly enough, never mind actually controlling. But you say that, it'd be such a huge weight. It'd be an unbelievable weight to get to that point. Like Grumpy was, who you see sometimes in the chat, he was, he wanted to do it. You know, because he's got a lot of time that he could give to it, and, you know, it's like, there are times of the day when VATSIM is quiet, like right now, and, you know, Grumpy could contribute so much during that time and light up areas that would otherwise be in darkness on VATSIM. But just the wait for him to get his foot in the door, crazy. I think they've advised him to go up to basically like up to Bergen and have a go up there because they've got a shorter wait list. You know what I mean? Oh man, I need to go to bed early tonight. That's the plan. We're gonna have a nice early night. But yeah, I still don't know what to do about this A350. I know I said that on Tuesday, Tretch, but I've failed to do so ever since. Like Tuesday night I was working till gone midnight on that 9800X 3D video, and then I was like, oh god, it's gone midnight, so I went up to bed, and before you know it, it's 7 AM. And you've had about 6 hours sleep. Why play OpenTTD and Microsoft Flight Sim at the same time? Why not? What else are we going to do in cruise? Because there ain't a lot happening here, as you can see. We're just moving. I also said that on... I know. But my wife is away tonight. So my plan is I'm going to put the kids to bed and I'm not going to be far behind. I'm basically going to... So I've got a TV in the bedroom, but my wife hates having it on. Like, she won't have it on if we're going to sleep. Whereas I'm like, I'll always put a TV on, given the chance, if I'm going to sleep. I find it sends me off. So my plan tonight is to put myself to bed, put the telly on, put a film on, and just doze off, I think. That's going to be my plan. You're going to be famous as the stream ends. As famous as you can be. On YouTube, anyway. Delay if necessary. Delay what, Ryan? Right, will the local authority let us build an airport, or are they going to be like, no, you've ruined our town? Yeah, they will. What about this one? They like us too. Recently found your channel. Has anyone had issues with camera views being in the bottom middle of the plane instead of the cockpit? Yes, I had that when we first started with Flight Sim 24. I'd always end up in the cargo hole. And the way around it was for me to repair the game. So if you installed via Steam, go to revalidate your files, and it will probably say, like, I don't know, 4 files were found to be corrupt and we're going to reacquire them. If you did it on the Microsoft Store, go to, like, settings, then, like, apps, and then go to where the game is listed in that list and click repair. That should hopefully sort you out. Oh, the 350 video, Ryan. Yeah, I feel like I could spend another week on it and still be at the same conclusion in that I don't know what to do with it. I feel like until this input delay issue is resolved, I appreciate that the plane can be flown, and I appreciate that it is flyable. I just have a naff time with it. Like, I don't like it. And then when you got into the blue simulation saying he finds the same issue on his sim and that it is not representative of how the real plane behaves, I'm sort of like, well then, indie builds, can you fix it? And so far they haven't. Good morning, David. A350 is clearly an amazing add-on. It's just got some very annoying issues. It's in the hangar for me until it's sorted. So what issues are there for you, Elliot? What are your issues? Because I feel like the biggest sticking point for me is the handling, the hand flying. I can live with most of the other bits and pieces for the most part. What do you do if you're in base final of ATSIM and control comms online and tower won't give you clearance until you contact center, but it's too late? I would probably take myself out into a hold and no idea what happens if you press Control Alt and C. Building an airport, yeah. We've got a bit of a long flight today, David. We're going down to Turkey. Jeff, cheers for the sub on Twitch. Legend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How much better is the A350 against the A380 fly-by-wire? I haven't flown the A380 in a long time, so it's hard for me to say for sure. Do you think I should buy Flight Sim 24 or X-Plane 12? Well, I mean, I would go Microsoft Flight Sim personally, but doesn't mean to say X-Plane is bad. VNav's got some issues and handling really does feel weird. So it's not just me, Elliot. You find it as well. Because I feel like I'm going to put this video out and everyone's going to be like, dude, what are you talking about? The handling's fine. .380 is superior. It feels good versus not. You find the handling weird as well then, Ryan? What's the game in the middle? Transport Tycoon. One of the best games in the world. Apart from Flight Sim, of course. Just passing a bit of time with it in cruise. What we really should do is build a little bus loop. That'd be a plan, wouldn't it? I think what really bothers me is the way that indie builds are like with that live stream. and they addressed the handling that people were complaining about, and they were basically just like, no. It's like, what do you mean no? Like, feels crap, fix it. Like, no, it's definitely how it should be. It's like, is it though? Is it actually? I don't know. I just felt like I was going mad when it came out, because everyone was having such a great time with it. Be like, oh, the 350, it's so good, it's so good. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not having a good time. Oh, who's that? Aha, Oliver's giving me a buzz. Expect 03 right for arrival, please. We are expecting that. Everything's under control, Oliver. I'm in charge. What could possibly go wrong? Right, so we've set up a load of buses. They're going to go to this station in the centre of town and drop people off at the station/airport. Trouble is though, Elliot, they've got like 350 type-rated pilots within AnyBuilds, or that are consulting for AnyBuilds or helping AnyBuilds in whatever capacity they are. They say it's alright. But then you've got other ones that say, no, it isn't. So it's like, who the hell do you believe? And then if I'm having weird issues with it too and it feels janky, and I've got real pilots saying it's also not right, well, my conclusion has to be then that it's not right. So, yeah, I don't know. I saw a thread on the AnyBuilds forum where a couple of guys were like, what's with this input lag? Like, it feels really weird. Like, what's going on? It's super weird. And then someone from AnyBuilds posted as a response with no text explaining, I think, just a video link to that YouTube stream afterwards where they addressed it and then locked the thread. Which I was like, oh, that's not a good look. Is it? That's not a good look. It's like, here you go, shut up, locked. We're not talking about it. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Well, this is it, Elliot. Like in the video, I spoke. I feel like I'm just basically leaking the whole video, but there's only a few of you here relative to who's actually going to watch the video. Like, I addressed the fact that it could be my hardware, like, but I've basically tried it on 2 different PCs so far, because I've had my 5800X 3D build with a 4080. I've got my 9800X 3D build with a 7900 XTX. Same on both. Both powerful systems, therefore you can't say always because your computer's not fast enough. I've got a Moser AB9, I've got a Thrustmaster Averbase, I've got a Thrustmaster Warthog, I've got a Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1, I've got a Thrustmaster TCA Airbus side stick. It's the same on all of it. Well, what do you want me to say? Like, it's... I just can't. I'm just really struggling to get past the way it hand flies. I did notice as well when I was doing some landings in FSI panel, when it captured the localizer, it would sort of like go, whoa, like really veer left and right and like snaking for a while, which I thought was weird because it was already basically in the right place, which I found weird. But I don't know whether that's an FSI panel thing or what. But yeah, just like the money that they're charging. Like if I'm paying that much for a plane, I expect PMDG levels of quality. And I don't feel like we've got that. I really don't feel like we've got that. Patabard, thank you for the follow. How are you? Welcome to the stream. What is it you've noticed, Ryan, with the swaying when it captures the glide? Is Flight Sim 24 worth it on a Ryzen 5 7600 CPU with a GPU of 16 gigs of VRAM, or are there performance issues not fixed? Performance issues still aren't great, to be honest. If you are playing at like 1080p, 1440p, you probably might get away with 16 gig. Yeah, so for all of the above, I feel like I've spent 70 odd quid on this aircraft and it's going in the hangar, which sucks. I saw on Reddit that at EHAM it doesn't line up with the ILS on one of the runways properly. Is that a scenery issue or is that a plane issue though? Oh, it's a cheap panel. I got it. I have the Thrustmaster T-rudder pedals. In the Phoenix, I find I have to keep unplugging and plugging the rudder because it stops allowing full deflection to the left. Never had that. I mean, I don't have those rudder pedals anyway, but I've never had that. I do find my Logitechs feel a bit rubbish with the Phoenix. Yeah, EHAM's Amsterdam. Why is there open CTT gameplay in the middle? Because it's awesome. That's why. Am I multiplayer? I'm a VATSIM, which kind of is multiplayer. I think he said he tried another aircraft and it was okay. Weird. I don't know. Can find you in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. You can find me on VATSIM if you're on VATSIM. You go to map.vatsim.net, you'll see a map of us all. I should save my game. What are we at? 3.5. No, 3.7, that's okay. Where are they going? Abu Dhabi. We're not too far out now, are we? We're getting there. Sim really comes alive for me with a decent GA aircraft. It's a whole different vibe. Yeah, I noticed that. I was doing some VR with the Cessna. And it's like... It's like, oh, I'm actually doing some flying here. I'm actually, you know, doing some work. Who knew? I thought we just sat in autopilot the whole time. Is VATSIM Radar the new official recommendation for VATSIM? If you go to map.vatsim.net, that's where it redirects. Right, we're doing pretty good. What's going on up here? Right, let's get some buses going. Bus, 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 bus. So go to there. Then go to there. But only drop off. Transfer and leave empty. There we go. Clone. 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 Let them all go. Sweet. What resolution do I play on? I'm at 4K at the moment. I went through a phase last week where I kind of thought to myself, maybe I should go back to 1440. So yeah, we're at 4K, getting close to 60 FPS. No frame gen. If we had frame gen on, obviously we'd be seeing like 110, 120 at the moment. Love OpenTTD. Yeah, there you go, human. Human gets it. I mean, in an ideal world, I wouldn't use map.vatsim.net. I would use this with the traffic overlay, Navigraph, but I find it to be a bit unreliable. I've had it coming into London. See, that's beautiful. You can see yourself. I mean, turn it on. So this is all VATSIM traffic. You can see all these other planes now. But I've noticed a couple of times where there's been something on map.vatsim.net, but not. Well, there you go. Case in point, there's me, and there's a, whatever that is, A350. If we go back to here, where's that A350? It's not there, is it? There's one down here, but that A350 should be up here, and it isn't, so that one's missing, and I don't know why. There's always someone missing. And I didn't realise this was the case until we came into London. And I went to turn final, looked on here, no traffic on the way. I thought, lovely, I've got the place to myself. And then this KLM whizzed right in front of me. That was present on map.vatsim.net, but not on this. How you doing, Ethan? So until that's addressed and fixed, I just can't use it at all because it's just unreliable. Like, I need it to always work. If you know what I mean. Right, I'm going to turn off transport tycoon. Have I done the career mode? I don't really do the career mode, to be honest. I don't feel like there's a huge amount of need for it because we kind of have our own career mode within New Sky. Oh, good. We got another Muppet in YouTube vertical. We seem to be collecting them today. Never mind. We'll say goodbye to you. I can see why they did it. I can see why they did it for sure, because it's like with 2020, so many people that I know that weren't gamers, or that weren't flight simmers, but they were gamers, they were intrigued by Flight Sim 2020. But the trouble is, they took off, they flew over their house, because that was all the thing, wasn't it? It's like, they've created the whole world, and it's so realistic, and it's all generated with AI, and blah, 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 and you can fly over your house. And everyone flew over their house. And then they did a couple of landing challenges, and then they were like, well, I think I'm done. And I remember saying at the time, wouldn't it be cool if there was a career mode? And they did it, so good for them, like, good for them. But, you know, it's designed... There you go, Elliot, you've just said exactly what I was going to say. It's designed for people that just want to treat the sim a bit more like a game and have a bit more purpose. For someone like me who's like a simmer rather than a gamer, I sort of look at it and I'm like, no thank you. And I sort of feel like with New Sky, we've kind of built our own career mode with New Sky, and I feel like it's way better. Like I say, at the moment we're doing one of our tours. We're doing the Euro Capitals tour. Hopefully we make a good job of it, because I don't want to have to do this flight again, I can tell you. It keeps you busy. Definitely keeps you busy. Cheers, Marco. So is Team Red better for Microsoft Flight Sim? In terms of graphics cards, not necessarily. I mean, I didn't really want an AMD card, to be honest with you. If someone said to me, hey, do you want to swap it for a 4090? I'd be like, hell yeah. Like, or an equivalent Nvidia card. I would absolutely say yeah. I would do that. But it was cheap. It was £600 for a 24 gig graphics card, which solved my problem. And I could have sold my 4080 for probably 950, so I could have put 350 in my pocket. But in the end, I decided to build a second PC for the house with the 4080 and my outgoing 5800X3D. So that's been alive for the last sort of week or so. And I've been very much enjoying it. It's nice to be able to edit in the house on a big, powerful PC. Because it's not always possible to get out to the shed. Tonight is a prime example. Wife's away. Me and the kids are on our own. So I can't really... I'd feel awful putting them to bed and then just locking myself in the shed. Like, that'd be horrific, wouldn't it? But instead tonight I can now sit downstairs on the computer and if they need me they can come get me. Whereas otherwise I would have been stuck on my MacBook, but my MacBook's basically out of storage constantly. It's a M1 MacBook Air base model, so 8 gig of VRAM, or not VRAM, 8 gigs of RAM, which the GPU also shares, 256 gig SSD, so it doesn't take much footage to fill that one up. To the point where a lot of the videos I want to work on, I don't have the storage space to actually work on them. Whereas now, I've got a big fat PC. And it's so nice. Stop blocking me on Grindr. Sorry, Jim. I'll unblock you, mate. Cheers, Ryan. Congrats on being the #1 chatter. Preferred crosswind landing techniques. Oh, yeah, sorry, Ryan. I missed that in the scroll. Yeah, I would just crab and ND crab. Is the 4060 Ryzen 7 7800X 3D good for Flight Sim 2020? Depends what resolution you're playing at. My phone just started bootloading. Oof. Alessandro says the game is highly CPU reliant. My 4080 isn't even running at 40% due to a CPU bottleneck. Yep. See, right now, like, you can see mine's flicking between main thread limited and GPU limited. Which you can see just here. Which is kind of good, because it tells me that everything's kind of in balance, you know? That's interesting. Look, I'm moving my mouse. Look at my frames per second when I move my mouse. Stop moving my mouse. I've never noticed that before. Move your mouse. Drops like a stone. God, that's loads. Look, that's like 40 nearly it's gone down to. 50, 40. Stop moving the mouse. 60. And you become instantly main thread limited. Just from moving the bloody mouse, and you drop over 10 FPS. That's crazy. Macs are pretty nice. Particularly video editing, because on the, particularly now on the M chips that they use, there is dedicated silicon whose entire task it is to decode X264 and now I believe AV1 video. So rather than brute forcing it by just throwing a massively powerful multi-core processor at it, you can have a very power efficient way to decode, encode X264 video. So for like content creation, I can definitely see the appeal. Not to mention their trackpads are the best I've ever used. The quality of the screen, the OS, if you're into, like, the OS is going to divide people one way or another. I happen to really like it. But they do charge you an arm and a leg. Flippin' heck, wasp. Are you on sim update 2? Yeah, I was on sim update 2 when mine crashed. Now I'm on sim update 3, it's better. It's an indie company game, you can't complain. I don't see all the benefits that would make me go from 20 to 24 because the performance is still lacking. Yeah, that's a fair point. Hopefully, once we get past sim update 3 and into sim update 4, my hope would be that... Yeah. How are you finding the A350, Wasp? Do I think it will run perfectly out of the box? Some people say... so Collimator's saying, I'm about to upgrade from an Intel to AMD with a 9950X3D and a new motherboard. I have a 4090. Do you think it will run perfectly out of the box? You'll probably want to look at maybe process lasso. Because you've got two chiplets on the 9950X3D. You've got one that's got Vcache and one that doesn't. And if you were to use process lasso, you could put the sim so that it always works on the chiplet with the Vcache. So the sim gets the benefit. Then you can run everything else on the other chiplet that doesn't. You might find you get an upgrade in performance that way. What does Sim Update 3 have new? Can't seem to find it anywhere. I mean, well, it's mostly stability, I would say. VRAM seems to be a bit better as well. That's slowly coming under control. We were talking about it earlier, Wasp. I thought I was going mad, but both Elliot and Ryan ended up saying the same things that I was saying, which makes me feel slightly less crazy and slightly more justified in putting the video out about it and saying the things I'm going to say. Can't imagine any build's going to love it, but who cares about them? The controls are fixed too. What do you mean, Robert? As in the options bit? "97 miles. And we're planning for 03 right. I'm not sure. I've still got a bit of work to do on it yet, and I still want to kind of finalise my thoughts a bit more, but I think I could spend another week on the video and still be at the same conclusion in that I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Just the way it hand flies to me is not good. Jonathan, you might want to try reducing the texture resolution. You could also try using like dynamic settings or auto FPS to reduce your terrain level of detail on final approach, which will therefore hopefully reduce VRAM a bit as well. But yeah. Cheers, Foggy. Yeah, very annoying. That's why I had to sidestep off of my 4080 Super, which is a shame because it's a good card. Like, everything else about that card's great. Really pleased with it. Just the VRAM was not enough. Sadly. Would love to see this with the 4080 Super, surely faster than the 7900 XTX. Not really, 7900 XTX is slightly faster in pure raster. How much VRAM does it have? The 4080's got 16, 7900 XTX has got 24. What Scalarchy stuff have you got, Wasp? Have you got the throttles? I can't do 16 gig with 4K reliably. 1440, you might be alright. You might have to drop settings, eh? I mean, you're gonna. It's hard. It's so hard for me to say. Patabard. Like, I've had moments where I've been at 1440p at Edinburgh and on the ground, and it's been busy, and it's like, yep, using a lot of RAM. So, MCDU, FCU, landing gear, etc. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm switching profiles. I get you. I've just rubbed my eye. And I think I've just put something in my eye. And that's annoying. When Sim Update 3 launches properly, when we get like the actual honest-to-goodness finished version, I will do another video assessing VRAM usage. And I'll pop the 4080 in and see if we can do anything with that, you know. What I'd really like as well, like really, really like, is for them to be able to mask the glass displays from DLSS and FSR upscaling. I would really like them to do that, because I feel like I've got no issue using DLSS or FSR, except for the glass cockpit displays. They're so smeary and awful. I just can't. I just can't. Yeah, it's okay for now, Stuart, because we're in cruise. I have a good chance of getting the 5090 from the same source I got your 7900 XTX from. He's going to let me know on Friday. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a fair point, Stuart. Like I said in my video, I didn't really buy it to get crazy high FPS numbers. I bought it to stop me getting crazy low FPS numbers. And I think it kind of succeeds at that. Yeah, 24 will get there. And it has to. It sort of has to. Right. There's me. Is it better to use AMD frame generation if you've got an AMD CPU? No. If you've got the option to use NVIDIA frame gen, I would take it. Obviously I don't, being on an AMD card, so I have to make do. Would I rather have NVIDIA's? Yes, I would. But can't have it all. Right, 3.7 tons of fuel on board when we land. 58.4 plus 3.7, so that makes us 59.1. 62.1 will be our total landing weight. We can do an auto brake low, that's good. Let's put in the stuff. 31 degrees, it was warm down there. QNH is going to be 1012. Wind is 210 and 6. And minimums. Is Ankara quite high? Yeah, it is. Runway elevation 3,000 feet. Therefore, our minimums are 3300. $28 miles to go. Ashik, cheers for the super chat. Appreciate it. Is ILS a thing in the sim? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, Brian. I think everyone's just feeling a bit fatigued at the moment, to be honest with you. And I feel it too. Like, it's not just you. You're not being unreasonable. You're not being, you know, grumpy about it all. It's not you. It's and I see that in my viewing figures as well. I feel like at the moment everyone's just not as interested in it because everyone's moderately peeved off by it all, I think. And that has to have an impact. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to descend down to 8,000 feet, I think will be the plan. How do I do the timer for the flight? I used SimToolkit Pro. Do I have a link to my current MSFS settings? There's a video on the channel. I don't have a link to it, but if you type in like AirNot graphic settings, you'll find it. There's one for a mid-range build, one for a high-end build. So there's two separate videos for 24. My aircon is spewing out water again. I swear it never used to do that. Like, it just didn't. It never did that. It's like the last couple of weeks, it's just whenever it comes on, just water just comes out of it. Dehumidifying as well. Yeah, I know, but it's just on the snowflake setting. It never used to do that. So weird. So I've got the drainage thing. There's a plug, that like a rubber bung that goes in the back of it. Or you can detach that and put a little hose on it. And I've got a little hose coming out of it into a bucket. And the bucket's just filling up. don't know. I don't know. Right, time to descend. 8,000 feet. Ankara traffic Air Not 28 Victor, flight level 350, descending now to 8,000 feet on the Yavru 1 Zulu, arrival for 03 right at Ankara. Is it just because it's humid at the moment? I mean, my dehumidifier, I've got a little humidity sensor thing at the moment, little sensor, and it says it's 50% humidity with the aircon going. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Though it's climbing as I hold it. Is that because I'm making it humid? I'm going to pop it down on the floor near the aircon unit. I suppose the open bucket of water could also be causing humidity in its own right, couldn't it? It's trying to achieve 0% humidity. $3.19 this time, Gabriel, yeah. How is the realism in the sim, for example, if the control's still very unrealistic? I mean, it depends on the plane. Like, the Phoenix flies like an absolute dream. This is pretty. Getting there now, Ollie. We'll be with you soon, mate. Don't worry. Where are you going to send us, Ollie? I'm just looking at charts. Is it it is a dehumidifier as well, but it's not in the dehumidifier mode. I've just got it on chilling mode at the moment. Speed error at Vezin. Oh yeah, it wants us at 200. Where did I get my Airbus side stick? It looks so real. I got it from FS Projects. So they'll sell you a stick that can go on top of like a Thrustmaster, Warthog, Ava, or in my case AB9. But they also do ones for, is it Verpool? Set auto brakes to low while I remember it. It's not cheap though. I had to wait a long time for it to arrive. I ordered it in October and it arrived in February. Humidity seems to be increasing with the little thing on the floor where the aircon unit is. 61% humidity. It's like a mini air conditioning unit, Chris, so it's like a, you know, portable thing. £300-ish, I think it cost. Is the TCA yoke worth it? I really like it. I really, really like it. For flying Boeing, I really enjoy it. What frame gen do I use? At the moment, none. At this very moment. I don't know what FPS we're getting now as we start coming down. Nearly 60. But given that I run a 7900 XTX, I would probably use AMD. Frosty, this is the 319. My legs get fatigue. Not really, no. Got it. Cheers, Chris. No, I don't have a fixed seat. I've just got a just a computer chair, gamer chair thing. We were thinking about, like, obviously with it being so hot this last weekend, we were thinking about, you know, putting it in the house at some point. Because we've got solar. So it wouldn't necessarily cost us a fortune to run, because you generally only have it on when it's hot, therefore it's going to be sunny, therefore the solars are going to be fired up. So the solars will generate it, the aircon will chew it up, and we're no worse off, in theory, most of the time. Welcome back, Jeds. I mean, it says there's 9 minutes, but it's not accounting for the fact that we're going to slow down. I mean, we've got a good 50 miles to run yet. We will be there at 11:51, which is more like 15 minutes, I would say. Basically, the timer at the top does distance divided by speed equals time. And at the moment, our speed is quite high. But it doesn't factor in the fact that we're going to slow right down. Yeah, maybe, Jed. Sorry to hear that, mate. Turkey is very nice, though, isn't it? Very nice. Like, I know we moan at the Sim sometimes, but you do have to acknowledge what they've achieved as well, I think, because this is really looking good, isn't it? What time zone? Whatever it is in England. GMT, summertime, whatever they call it, I don't know. It's currently 20 to 1 in the afternoon. It's sad that not many controllers are on in the afternoon in Dubai. Yeah, I struggle with that because for me personally, with my life and everything, it's very difficult for me to stream in the evenings. Like I have done it a bit, but it's always a struggle. And annoyingly, I tend to miss the lion's share of the good bit as well, because I wouldn't start till a bit later. And then by the time I get going, usually by the time I arrive where I'm arriving to, most of it's gone offline anyway. I mean, in an ideal world, I would probably start streaming at like 4 p.m. 3 to 4 p.m. and finish at about 9 in the evening. I feel like then I would hit the busiest times that VATSIM has to offer. But life is such that I can't really do that, and the time that I always can stream is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the daytime, but then I also need to make videos as well, so I generally leave Wednesday alone. And I've sort of recently in my mind committed to Tuesdays and Thursdays as streaming days. But I am feeling the pinch on the video side. It's taken me forever to get videos out. I used to be able to like knock out 2 or 3 videos a week quite easily when I had more days for it. But I do enjoy the streaming. I enjoy talking to you guys. It's like tonight I can't stream. Last night I couldn't stream. Friday night I can't stream. I could maybe have done it on Tuesday. But by the time I got back from walking the dog, and then my kid came down with nosebleed everywhere, and by the time that was all sorted out, it's like 25 to 9, and it's like, is there any point at this? It's like by the time I get out there, turn it all on, do my flight plan, do the cold and dark, it's going to be like gone 9. Then by the time I get anywhere, it's going to be like 10, 11, maybe even 12, depending on how far we go. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe I just won't. I don't know. What do you think? Me being retired, your stream times are perfect. There you go then. Right, what is Oliver's frequency? 121900. I mean, it's a big old world, Brian, really, isn't it? Like, it's easy to get in your own little bubble, think, well, people in the UK are doing this at this time. It's like, yeah, I know, but it's just not all about people in the UK, is it? It's like, we're talking the globe here. What dog do I have? I've got a golden Labrador, or a red fox Labrador. Whatever they're called. Like the one that Clarkson's got off of Clarkson's farm, if any of you have seen that. One like him. He's getting old now, though. He's over 11. Bless him. He's slowing up. He's definitely slowing up. Just like when he gets up, you can almost see like, oh God, you know, like when he gets up, where he never used to do that. Oh, Brian, thanks for gifting the sub. Who won the sub? Exos. Cheers, Brian. Thanks very much for that. Yeah, Jed's basically I've had to come to peace with the fact that I just need to a point, just kind of please myself a little bit. Because if it's constantly turning into a stressor, then it's going to become this thing in my mind that I don't want to do. Also, like evening times, sometimes it's nice to just do something for me. Like, I don't know. Like Rob, you sometimes see in the chat, he's like, do you want to play Call of Duty? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I really do want to play Call of Duty tonight. I don't want to do any more video work or YouTube stuff. Like, I do love working on the channel. Don't think I'm getting fed up of it or complaining, because I'm really not. It's a privilege to get to do this, even if it is only 3 days a week. Like, to be able to do it part-time is a massive privilege. I get that. But you do need to have some checks and balances, because it's one of those things that could eat you up if you're not careful. Because you do see a lot of creators just burn out and be like, you know what, I'm done. Got better things to do. Like, I could do without all this. Which I totally get. Right, let's continue our descent. 4,700 in the box. Better trained, hopefully. To be fair, he's like the perfect dog. Like, I don't know how we'd ever replace him, to be honest. Like the way he was when the kids turned up, it was amazing. Like, he just absolutely adored them instantly. Here's go flaps 1. Ankara traffic, Air 28 Victor, flying left-hand base for 03 right, inbound Vezin. Plenty of room. How's the FPS right now? Oh, that's a good question, actually. Still pretty good. Still pretty good, right? Is it looking good, right? This is a looking good. Ankara traffic, Air 028 Victor, turning final for runway 03 right. Ankara traffic. Get that approach mode on. Speed brakes armed. Get that gear down. Auto brakes low. Let's get our lights on as well. Now the gear's down. Glide slope is captured. Ankara traffic, Air 028 Victor on a 7-mile final for 03 right. Ankara traffic. Right. What? Do you want the frames up as we land? In fact, no, we won't do that. Cheers, Riffy. Okay, flaps are full, gear is down, auto brake low, lights are on, speed brakes are armed, eyes down for a full house. We should have a little bit of a tailwind component now, don't we? So we need to flare a little bit more. Ankara traffic, Air 028 Victor on a 3-mile final 403 right. Ankara traffic. Right, shall we? My plane. Nose down.
Above, 300. Minimum,
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
That'll do in the Phoenix. I'll take that in the Phoenix all day long. $70 knots, reverses away. Jump off here. Ankara ground, Air 028 Victor. Good afternoon.
28 Victor, good day. Welcome to Ankara, Legend. Are you able to stand 113?
Stand by 28 Victor. Need to disarm my brakes. Get myself off this runway. Apologies, ground. Could we get that stand number again?
Stand 113.
Stand 113, a firm Air 028 Victor, thanks.
28 Victor, in this case, taxiway Alpha Delta 2, stand 113.
Alpha Delta 2, stand 113, Air 028 Victor, thank you. Here we go. Poor old Oliver, he's waited all morning for that. Right, APU is firing. Let's clean up the plane, shall we? Ah, right. As for the taxi, we are up here. Alpha Delta 2 stand 113. So basically, nice and easy. We'll check out this scenery. This is freeware scenery from flightsim.to. Abdullah, no, I haven't got any VSync on at the minute. Does anyone find it harder to butter in the Phoenix? Yes. Frame seem alright? Oh yeah, let's do frame check. 50. Always seems to be about 50, 51 on the ground. Even at Edinburgh. Then you sort of go 40, high 30s on touchdown. And then 55 to 60 in cruise. That seems to be about the general rule of thumb that I found so far, at least. Cheers, Ollie. Sorry you had to wait so long for us. Let's get the flight directors off. Oh, I was quite pleased with that landing. Had to work for that, though. Definitely had to work for that. It's nice, though, when you have to work for it and it kind of turns out well. Right, let's tell GSX where we're going as well, because I always forget to do that. 113, Ollie said, wasn't it? Where am I right now? We're at Ankara in Turkey. Is there a date when Sim Update 3 will release? Well, there is, but I don't know what it is, if that makes sense. Oh, well, I feel like that's the big one done. That's like one of the bigger flights out the way, which is kind of nice. Alright, next left for us, isn't it? To Delta 2. Curious to see what this terminal building looks like, because again, this is just a freebie off of flightsim.to, and it feels, so far, like it's pretty much good enough. ILS and the Pappies were having a slight disagreement, I thought, but that's kind of standard, isn't it? What brand is the autopilot? Oh, you mean this thing? Wingflex. Yeah. Quite like Wingflex. Not tried the Win-Wing stuff. So, I'm not like swearing allegiance to one or the other. But again, it's like, the more competition, the better. Here's Delta 2 on the left. But yeah, it's definitely got a nice feel to it. It's not full size though, and I can see why that would put a lot of people off. Because if you're building an A320 cockpit and you want it all to be like 1-to-1, I can totally understand why you would not like that. But then for someone like me who is not building a 1-to-1 Airbus cockpit and just wants something that's nice and small and still does the job, where am I going? 101 to 120. Oh, the eye tracker for this is so bloody good. 113, here we go. And off. Oh, yeah, we got it on 0. Not quite the side one though. Okay. APU is on. Get the APU bleed on. What? Oh, wait. Why is it doing? So GSX has opened my door before I've even turned the engines off. Unbelievable. Right, engines off. Please let us have passed the flight. Because I don't want to have to do that again.
Ankara Turkish 9840.
Turkish 9840,
Yes!
go ahead.
Good afternoon. Gate
10 out of
104
10.
information Delta. We are ready for clearance to Lima Tango Charlie Golf.
Look at that.
Turkish 8940, Roger, you are cleared to destination Lima Tango Charlie Golf, ready Ilhan 1 Tango departure.
Beautiful.
3 left, climb initially 130 feet.
That's doing alright, that. Happy with that. 10 out of 10.
Turkish 9840 clear destination as filed. Ilhan 1 Tango departure, runway 03 left.
Great touchdown,
Initiate
1.3G, 270 feet per minute. Distance from threshold 400, that's right in the middle. Average centerline deviation 1.15 meter, maximum 2.5. That's fine. I'll take all of that.
Thank you. I'll call you for pushback and start.
Happy with that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So what's next on the plan? Where's Grumpy sending us next? He wants us to go to Athens. Ooh. Athens, that'll be cool. Then Athens to Malta. 2 nice little short hops, and again off to Rome. Slightly longer one then from Rome to Bucharest. Nice short one from Bucharest to Budapest. Another nice short one, Budapest to Warsaw. Nice another short one, Warsaw to Prague. Prague to Zurich. Oh, these are all nice little short ones. We've got Zurich to Madrid, that's a bit more. Then Madrid to Gibraltar. Then Madeira to Lanzarote. Lanzarote to Ponta Delgado, that'd be cool. Slightly longer then. Slightly longer, because then you've got to get back to Paris Orly. And Paris to Stockholm, slightly longer again. That's going to be the big one, isn't it?
And all stations, Ankara ground is now closing. You can contact Ankara Control on 133.65, correction 675. You're flying.
Oh, look, they've all come online just as I've decided to leave. Thanks, here to see, mate. Thanks.
3365, Turkish 9840. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, for flying. It was a pleasure to have you.
What's New Sky? Career add-on. Yeah, basically. It's where we run our virtual airline. And, yeah, that's going to be a big one, isn't it? Wherever that is. Where is that? Larnaca. Where's Larnaca? Where is Larnaca? Oh, it's this one, isn't it? All the way down there. Then over to Belgrade. Then to Amsterdam. Nice. You're keeping us busy, Grumpy, aren't you? Then we find our way back to Gatwick eventually. Happy days. I do like the tours because it makes you fly routes that you wouldn't necessarily fly yourself. Like, I wouldn't have flown today's route, not in a month of Sundays, if it was left up to me. But the tours, it's like, well, I've got to do it, so you do it, and you know, no more questions asked. Just get on and do it. And I do really enjoy the tours for that, because otherwise I know what I would do. I'd sort of go to my airlines, or my flights, sorry, I'd go to book a flight. I'd be like, let's go and have a look at the schedule. Then I'd be like, oh no, I don't fancy that one. I don't fancy that one. That's too far. I've been there recently. I don't know. And then you just end up doing the same old thing, which is probably like Gatwick to Edinburgh. And then, but this kind of makes you go places you wouldn't otherwise necessarily go. And then we've got the Round the World tour. Look at that. So if you want a challenge, just look at that. It goes on and on and on and on and on. You go all the way around the world. So massive thanks to Grumpy for sorting all this out. This one looks fun. The tortoise across the pond. So if you don't want to do just a transatlantic, you can go via like London to Edinburgh. Well, that's Aberdeen, isn't it? Then to Iceland, then to Greenland, then down to Canada, and meander your way around America before finding your way back in bits. So kind of hopefully gives you some stuff to do. Cargo hauling. We need to do some cargo hauling. Yeah, look at that. That's a big one, isn't it? The first one, Istanbul to Doha. Then Dubai. Yeah, I mean, there's some longer ones, isn't there, here? Like Cairo to Prague. That's a long old cuff, isn't it? Prague to Stani's alright. Then to Helsinki. Then back to Leipzig. Yeah, these ones are all looking alright. East Midlands to Istanbul. Oof. That's got to be a good 4-hour job, that one, isn't it? Easily. And the rest. Oh, no. Game just crashed halfway across the Atlantic. That sucks. You should do another 777 freighter stream. Those are my favourite. Yeah, I was thinking we need to. I've been doing, basically, because I've built this pedestal, I'm all like loving it at the moment. All I want to do is fly with this pedestal. I'm so proud of it. And as a result, we end up flying Airbus. But mustn't forget this, must we? Because this too is very, very nice. So we'll do a bit of Boeing driving. That'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Right, folks, I'm gonna not do another flight because I've got some video making bits and bobs I need to finish, and I'm back at work tomorrow, back at work Saturday, busy with the family Sunday, a car show that I'm very much looking forward to. Back at work Monday, then Tuesday is probably going to be the next chance I get to do anything channel related, so I need to make the next couple of hours count. Because if I do, I can then work on the inside PC on the edit once I've got all the footage and materials together, so I can continue working tonight. Smarter, not harder, as they say, or maybe smarter and harder in this case, I don't know. Anyway, thank you all very much indeed. Grumpy, thanks again for sorting out all these awards, and I know Philip helps with the images, I appreciate that too. So, yeah, thank you to all you do to make New Sky a better place for us all. It's I feel like the VA is really starting to come along, actually, because if you go to search airlines, this is kind of ranked by activity. You can see we are now, well, we won't count the Academy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 10? Looks like we're top 10. Or very close to it, if not actual. So we're getting on up there. I've also found a thing on New Sky where I can auto-approve pilot applications. I didn't realise that was a thing, because I had to log in every couple of days and approve a load of them. Oh, hello. Turn that off. That's my bad, I should have turned that off. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for coming along, hitting the like button, hitting subscribe, becoming a member, gifting a member, all that good stuff. Thank you to you all. Any support, financial or otherwise, is all very, very much appreciated. So thank you all very much indeed. And I'll see you all next week, if not before, because I may pop up with a video before then. But you all have a good week. Have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Cheers.